Won the Gabba One Day Cup here, mate.
Who did?
I did.
You did?
With Queensland University.
Did you?
Yeah.
What, who, the Gabba?
Yeah. I took an amazing catch.
Oh, give that.
Somewhere down. I did.
No, you didn't.
They're still talking about it. I did the dinner, the breakfast for them the other day, and they were still there.
What they're talking about is, did you qualify for uni?
Well, I don't think it was. I don't think it was the academia side of it. So it's an amazing uni though. They're like the second best for sport. And they're doing it all up, and they've been lovely.
Terribly beautiful.
Yeah, too.
Heels, how have you been, mate?
Yeah,
How are
been
your
good.
car washes?
Struggled.
washes.
Struggled last year.
Really?
Rain.
Rain?
So rain
Don't
or forecast rain. Yeah, we don't want rain unless it's at night and nice sunny days. That's what we need. This year, this quarter was pretty good. Bounced back a bit.
Good.
Yeah, he's at
What
this,
about your courts?
paddle course going well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, paddle's great. Paddle's pretty good here in Australia.
Yeah, I think so.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Lazy tennis, isn't it?
Oh, do you mean
Lazy tennis. Paddle.
Well, have you seen how the top boys play it?
No, they're good.
Pat Rafter. Pat Rafter plays for Australia.
Really?
Yeah, it's
And
good.
He runs in from outside the court, outside the net. The fence.
Oh, yeah, they go out.
And they
and-
come-
Yeah.
Oh, what? Well, you have to go out the court.
Well,
and get
no.
it back.
So if it gets smashed and it kind of flicks off the wall and it goes out, you see the pros. They run out of the court and they flick it back in, and away you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
it's-
You're
It's-
quite good, Mike.
I wouldn't say I'm agile.
Well,
But I'm a little bit like an
Touch
old
like you
fox.
want
Like an
to.
old fox, just
yeah,
kind of
knock
manoeuvre.
it about. Knock
You're
it
good at
around.
table tennis.
I am, not
Yeah.
too bad. Not too
What have you been up to all week? I don't obviously the cricket.
All
but-
day?
No, all week.
Oh, a week?
Yes,
What have
I've
I been
seen
doing?
you.
Oh, went to Burley Heads, beautiful.
Yeah, good.
No, it's
I've got a
beautiful.
place at Burley.
I'm not surprised.
Yes.
I was in this apartment, all the beautiful pine trees, are they pine trees?
Right, I'm right behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a beautiful place, 20 paces, and I was on the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Beautiful.
all.
What did you go up there with Dorney?
Yeah, I was there with my daughter, yeah. Beautiful, what was it, a Burley Pavilion with the Asian sort of...
Yeah, good restaurant, innit?
Good restaurant.
Fast,
and,
cheap.
And the windows, I keep speaking like an Australian, the windows, and the windows, virtually the surf comes into it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Virtually.
rickshaws. Is that rickshaws?
No, I think it's the Burley Pavilion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The restaurant which does get taken out every 5 years
Yeah, it's
by the
virtually-
sea
Yeah.
is rickshaws.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
And we were right there eating our beautiful food, and the little bloke would sort of come past us on a surfboard.
Yeah, straight past. It's amazing.
It is
Did you have a bug roll?
Did I what?
A bug roll.
Oh, a bug. Yes, I had a bug
Yeah.
roll.
I
more
thought you said a bog roll.
No, I
Bug roll. Yeah, they eat bog rolls.
Yeah, no, they're beautiful as well. And we had the pork chop, all sort of sliced off with the Asian stuff on it. Oh, it's lovely. No, so 2 or 3 days there, mate.
Is Stokesy with you?
Huh?
Stokesy with you? Any of the team?
Well, I thought I might see him. Yeah, practicing. Oh no, not practicing.
They haven't.
Preparing.
Yes. No, they did 5 days practice here.
No, absolutely. I'm a little bit bored with the practice shout now a bit, Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, this,
Well, you're happy with an England team coming to Australia, not playing a pink ball game before a pink ball
I
test?
didn't say I was happy, but I was just saying that.
You're just bored of talking about it.
A little bit, you know what I mean? They've made that decision, it's probably not right, and so you're going to get on with it. What is going to be
All right, mate.
interesting? Oh, good t-shirt.
Oh, what a
Have
t-shirt. Look at
that,
this.
eh?
That's what it's about. That's the positive of the week, isn't it?
Average,
Oh, I like that. I actually was on commentary this week with Jim Maxwell.
have you
and
seen that?
there's a T-shirt that's been made of Jim that Phil sent me. He goes, "You'll like this."
Yeah.
And we're on the BBC, so it's very, straight and proper. And I was talking about Harry Brook when he got out to Mitchell Starc's first ball, twilight. I think Labuschagne was facing Jofra and he's digging in. He's trying to see off Jofra. And I was kind of saying to Jim, you know, you can see a different style here. You've got Marnus who's trying to see off a good bowler. Harry went after the best bowler's first ball. And Jim just went, mate, he said, all that Baz bollocks.
They don't. They're quick off the mark.
Oh,
aren't they,
these
the boys with
T-shirts,
the
yeah.
t-shirt?
Yeah, it's they're flying out quickly.
I like it.
Yeah, so that was Jim Maxwell this week. Can I just start with a little bit of sad news? Robin Smith,
Oh,
the
mate.
judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this week that we found out that he'd passed away. We were all with him. Were you in Perth?
I wasn't in Perth, but I'd heard everyone was hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Lemmy, I spoke to Lemmy on Sunday night last week when he got here to Brisbane, and he was optimistic that, you know, he was on the right track. And
Yeah. He looked good. Looked good in Perth. It's such a shame. A big mate of mine.
You'd have toured with him.
Well,
How many
times,
tours?
Many times. I don't know, 4 or 5.
He was a cheeky chappy, wasn't he?
Well, he enjoyed himself. He did. But a hero. You know what I mean? A real hero. You know, the judge. You know, used to go out there, take on all the quicks and everything, and a great personality. Roomed with him many times. Yeah.
I think it was you who tweeted that, you know, he had a cut shot that knocked trees down.
It did. Well, I'll tell you something.
That was you,
He was coming back for. He was. I'll tell you why I say that. We were playing at Harefield versus Hampshire, and he was coming back from a hand injury. But do you remember Graham Rose?
Yes.
Yeah,
Somerset.
Yeah, that's right. And we've all like, you know, this was. I was only a youngster, and that's like Robin Smith's here. You know what I mean? It was your hero, Mike.
Yeah, he was my hero.
Yeah.
Do you know when you said that you roomed with him? Did he ever see you?
No, not very much. We kind of.
I think the room was empty.
But yeah,
Well, both. Yeah. Good shout, Heels.
But listen, Graham Rose, and I found myself at cover point. Don't know why, but I just found myself there, and Graham Rose has run in, and he's bowled this sort of like decent ball, and Judgy has hit this cover point, this sort of square cut like that, and I've sort of gone, gee, like that, and it was surrounded by houses with fences, and the ball hit the fence, you know, the two concrete bits there, and you slide the fence in. And it knocked the fence out from his square cut. And we all looked at each other about 17 and all gone, shit.
He was a tremendous bloke that let's love cricket.
Yeah.
And was totally engaged with it. Why do we reckon, as a good player like that he was, he couldn't pick Morney?
Well, there was a few that couldn't.
Not really.
Oh, really?
Well, you,
Yes.
by the sound of it.
So
Morning you could read from the clubhouse, right? So, but Robin Smith and Darryl Cullinan, that's the only two, I think, that couldn't pick him out of the hand.
Yeah.
And now we know Tuffers. But Robin Smith, why can't you see what's coming out there? That's a leg spinner, top spinner, flipper.
Yeah.
So
really
you're,
weird.
You're saying that, you know, Australia's greatest ever in Shane Warne was easy to pick.
Easy to pick, totally. And so...
What about that Zuta, though?
Mark Patella and I can see that halfway through his run-up.
Really? What did he do?
Because he had to move his thumb position. Right? So Warney was always of the opinion that you don't need your thumb to bowl leg spin, right? And then he was bowling in New Zealand with a broken thumb. And first over, he came back up to the slips for the next over. He said, don't let anyone tell you don't need your thumb to bowl leg spin. It was killing him. But so, can you throw me the ball?
Yeah.
Thanks, Warney. So his normal grip's like that.
Yeah.
Right? But for his flipper, he had to have his thumb underneath, so it comes out like that. So about halfway through the run-up, he comes up like that, and his thumb goes there. And we could see that.
Yeah.
As a wicket-keeper, you get ready for it to swing. It needs to, it'll swing sometimes down the leg side. So I had to be ready for that drift, especially if a batsman's falling out of his crease. I need to be there for something. But yeah, very easy to pick.
What was your, I mean, you'd have kept to Warney more than anybody.
About half and half with Gilly and I.
What was your like favourite story that you can kind of tell?
A South African batsman, I can't remember who he was, right? It was a one-day game, I think, and he hit him for 6 over long on. Warney stood there. I was even listening in the team meetings last night, and no one said you were that good, right? and then he goes, I'm going to bowl the same ball here, right? I'm going to. This was at Centurion. I'm going to bowl exactly the same ball, and I'm going to leave my field where it is, and you play the same shot, right? So now I've got this batsman in front of me, and he's going, oh, and I said, don't let him down, don't let him down. He's marking centre. He's not sure whether he's taken the mickey or not. G'day, Crasher. How you going, mate?
Robert Craddock, Crash Craddock.
I'm going to
News Limited. Number one journo in Australia's only joined us. Crash, have a seat. Heels is in the middle of a great story about Warney.
Bigger interest than Margot Robbie, mate. And anyway, so this bloke goes, like he's not sure whether Warney's real or not. Warney's now at the end of his run-up. He's going, right, you're right. He's kept pestering the bloke, and I'm mumbling behind him, you know, he will, he'll bowl it, don't let him down. Look, he's left the field up and everything for you. And then the bloke, he sort of lifted and Warney had the ability, his great skill was accuracy. So he had the ability to bowl the same ball again. and it was right in the same spot. This bloke unblocks it, right? And now he's got Warnie staring at him. Oh, you weak so-and-so. Like, and that was 2 balls he'd bowled, and he got about another 178 to go, you know, for a day's play. That's how much energy he played with. You know, we loved having him, of course.
Oh, it's
You talk about the flipper. I can remember in 1990, the one to Alex Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that one?
No.
He just don't you?
He went to cut it, didn't he?
It was,
What did he do?
I'll tell you what.
What did he do?
I'll tell you what. I've got Teddy with me. As you said, he was the first one he'd hit before, hadn't he? It was a short ball and it cut like that, and I'm sitting there looking at it, and old Stewie's sort of like bang like that. And I've gone, yeah, go on, Stewie, like that. Next ball, we're like that. Stewie got to about there.
And I was already up.
He got to about there. He'd already built stumps everywhere.
Yes.
And we've all gone, oh no. And I played in the game with the ball and century.
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you play with Sachi? Did Sachi bowl in that test?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yes, we did. Yes,
Spin twins.
Spin twins. Yeah, we were doing all right. But and then he came on, bowled that ball of the century, and we were all looking at the screen. So we haven't seen this bloody bloke Vaughan before, you know. And we're all sitting there like that, and we're, you know, oh, we won't be any good. There'll be a couple of short ones. He's bowled that ball to Gat, you know, and it's just silence. We all go, ooh. And we were talking about Robin Smith, and then Robin Smith has come up to me after about 2 minutes, and he's sort of gone, Tuffers, what have you been doing for the last 2 years? I've gone, oh no.
Hey, Crash, the Cats just said that he played for a uni here in the 80s.
Yes.
And he played in a final.
Yeah.
And I know you know a bit about his time here. And he said he caught an incredible catch at the Gabba, which me and Hills just went, no way.
It was one of the great catches ever seen at the game. You know, like no one, the uni boys still talk about it all these years later. And that was I'll take it. Because, did he tell you about his first game? I don't know whether he did, but the boy thought it was a classic because he came from Middlesex, his home ground Lords.
Yeah.
Then he arrived in Brisbane. His first game was a Gabba Sporting Products at Toowoomba. Yeah. When did you get changed?
Yeah, well, I was expecting a changing room.
And what happened?
I was in the back of some blokes, Shane Carter's mate, a lovely man. Lovely man. Hostel, we used to call him, and he had a yellow.
What do you call him?
Hostel, wasn't it?
Hustler.
Yeah. And he had a yellow. A yellow like Datsun Sunny or something like that, which I'd driven all the way there with my arm out the window, and so I'd got there and I'd first degree burns. And putting his sun cream on, and then he'd go, right, we need to get changed, boys. And I've gone, well, where are we getting changed? All the boys were just stripping off on top of this hill. It was on top of a hill or something.
And what about lunch?
Well, I said, where do we get a bit of lunch? They went, well, down there, second on the left, turn right, there's a little corner shop. I was going, well, where's... Hey, I tell you something, though, it taught me a hell of a lot.
Yep.
It really, really did. So there was some tough cricket.
What did it teach you?
Well, not at the university, but about the cricket. You know what I mean? There was some. Well, we had about 6 or 7 Shield boys. Andrew, we had Peter Goggin and Dog Cortis, and there were some good players, mate. Yeah. And flat pitches.
The uni boys loved Tuffers. They followed his career really closely, and they always thought that if he had a strong support system, he had a great career, but if he had a strong support system in the England team, he could have been really would have taken up a level. Like, I'm not saying Derek Underwood level, but a really, no, and I mean that, they did. And he came over, this is typical Tuffers, did a Queensland University breakfast yesterday, and he mentioned the name, he remembered the name of the players, Elksy, Card, all these blokes, Dave Grogan. Like, what do you reckon it meant to them? They loved it. So well done.
Yeah. What about Elsie? Here we go. This is a good story. He's a wicket-keeper, right, for uni, and good mate of mine. You know, we've been colleagues for ages. He's the first to text me at how bad the Johnny Bairstow stumping was, right? He said, that's not the way we play, type thing. And I thought it for a while, because I'm happy that Johnny didn't check in. You just sort of check in, right? Yep, go, right? So, and then I remembered, Elsie ran me out like that. So, really? Yeah, at East, Bottomley Park here, right? I was playing for East, and I'm at the non-strikers end. Right? Non-strikers? I watched the ball get bowled, and it's an LBW shout on my partner. And he's way out of his crease, right? Yeah. So I'm going, get back, telling my partner to get back in his crease. Elsie is thrown at his stumps, missed by a mile, and I'm still out of my crease like this, and I'm looking at the ball, and it takes a left turn onto my stumps. And I said to Nell McGrout, female umpire, Wally Grout's daughter,
Oh, wow.
I said, I'm out, aren't I? Yes, you are, Ian. See you later.
On your bike.
So I said, Elsie, you've done that to me, mate. So stop whinging.
Right, should we start the show?
Yeah, come on.
Right, let's start the show. Before we get started, I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Betfair. Remember to like and subscribe and enjoy the show. You've got to win that moment. I don't think they've won one moment that you look at and go, you've had to have won.
They took on 100 years of convention, right? So hard work, a lot of training, and it's been a spectacular fail.
Have you given your players the best chance to go out there and succeed? I don't think they have.
I haven't seen a bowler come to Australia in 30 years who said, yeah, I had a really light preparation before I got there. Blow me down, I had a great tour. Like, it's got to be hard.
Broad and Anderson had that leadership. They didn't have to keep going at Stokes. You know, it's almost like, oh, Daddy, what do we do now?
The tools that you require to do well here, we thought England had them. And so you've taken your money. I mean, that's typical. They say that Northerners are tight. Do you want me to throw it?
Yeah.
Oh, now careful, I haven't got my helmet on.
This could be as long as I've ever stood behind you.
Very good.
Crash, you've been in the press conference.
Oh.
We heard Jonathan Agnew interview Ben Stokes, and it's the first time I think I've heard Ben question people within his team. He used the term weak men. He doesn't want any weak men in his team. You were in the presser. How did it go in there?
He doubled down on that, but in a less emphatic way. He said, yes, you've got to be a man of character. That's what I'm after. And I didn't realise he'd said that to Aggers. But the thing that caught us of interest was that Brendan McCullum said on Channel 7 that the team overtrained in the lead-up. He said they had 5 really intense sessions. We put that to Ben Stokes, who went off on a different direction. He said there's 2 different types of training. There's training to go through the motions, look what you should do, and there's training to dominate. And I believe to train to... So he seemed to be saying, no, it's fair enough. So they seem to be mildly at odds with each other. But he... I thought he went okay. I mean, there is only so much you can say about it, but he sounded to me like a guy just who's starting to really feel the pinch of it, Michael.
Yeah, and Heels, I mean, you were in Perth. You'd have watched the England side for 2 or 3 years. Back in 23, when the Ashes series was drawn 2-2 with the Johnny Bairstow incident. What have you made of them arriving? Because we've been saying for months that we felt that this England side arriving down here, we were like so excited. The tools that you require to do well here, we thought England had them. And so you've taken your money. I mean, that's typical. They say that Northerners are tight. You know what I mean?
Because it was true. It was true.
It was going to blow away.
Anyway, this England side, we've been excited. We felt that the top 7 had enough, but they'd have to play with a bit of nous, bowling attack and a bit of pace, and lots of variation. And we've got a captain who we all believe is fantastic. Inside 2 games, they've properly not just let down. No, it's not a letdown, but it's that moment. You know, when you look at a team, you've got to win that moment. I don't think they've won one moment that you look at and go, you've had to have won.
And yet they were so close in Perth before they let it up. They took on 100 years of convention, right? So hard work, a lot of training, match play, and get ready for the first test in the conditions you've just tested yourself on. And it's been a spectacular fail. You know, that you can't throw those things out of test match play. And now they're sort of saying, well, they got knocked back from using the whacker, you know, but that should have been set 2 years ago and finally confirmed 1 year ago that this is our itinerary. There's so many people responsible for this extremely poor itinerary because now we've just finished the Brisbane test. They're ready to play the first test. You know, that's where you have to be. You know that. Do
you think it's
anyone who's done that in Australia has had success. 86-7. They went around our country for the first month, getting beaten everywhere.
Can't bat, can't bowl, can't field.
Yeah, by playing. And you learn a lot out of losses. And so to 2010-11 or what it was, they had a month here before the first test. I'd say this England team is probably just about ready to play the first test now, and there's 2 gone.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Previous England sides have played games and lost. My frustration is that the one England side that I've seen here in Australia that has won, they came here and prepared properly, and I knew they had a chance in 10 and 11 because they had a fantastic team. So they've utilised all their talent within their team and gone on won the Ashes. I just don't think this team has utilised their talent and given them the best. I look at teams. Have you given your players the best chance to go out there and succeed? I don't think they have.
And now they look untalented because they're so underdone. You know.
To me, their problem's not the ceiling; it's the floorboards. Like someone was saying today, this is the difference between Michael Nice's best and his worst. It's about that. Like he's the same bowler every day.
Yeah.
But you know, you've got Jofra up here or down here. You know, Carr sort of up here or down here, and like when they announced the team and we saw the dates of what a lot of these guys had done, like. Mark Wood not having bowled since the 26th of February and Archer 2 tests in 4 years. I don't know anything about technique, but all I know is this. I haven't seen a bowler come to Australia in 30 years who said, yeah, I had a really light preparation before I got there, but blow me down, I had a great tour. Like, you've got to be hard. Starc is hard. He keeps up his pace. You couldn't kill him with an axe. You know, he's a hard bastard, you know? And
we're not far behind you. We don't play well in England because we don't give ourselves a chance anymore. You know, on the Cricinfo app, our itineraries are on there. You click on 1989 and you'll get to Australians in England. Click on that and there's the itinerary. We were 6 weeks in town before the first test. And
well, at least, you know, if you go back to 23, I think they had the World Test Championship final. Steve Smith, Marcus Labuschagne played some county cricket. So I look at that and think Steve Smith's one of the greats of the game. If Steve Smith has to go to England early to play a bit of county cricket to give himself the best chance to play well in an Ashes series, why haven't some of our players thought? So someone like Zach Crawley, Ollie Pope. Zach went with the T20 team to New Zealand. He's never been in the T20 squad, but they took him to New Zealand. Ollie Pope just arrived, played the Lilac-Hill game, did well. Obviously played okay in Perth, struggled here. But players that aren't involved in the white ball squad in New Zealand, why didn't they think just to come and play a little bit of grade cricket, just a couple of rounds? I mean, you play grade cricket in the 80s. The standard's pretty good.
Absolutely.
And it's just getting your body and your mind used to being out in the middle playing cricket.
You've just mentioned it there, though, Mike. Listen, we played every game against the farmers, against the train drivers and everything, and we still didn't win nothing. But just because you practice, it doesn't mean that you play that shot. You know what I mean? Like, that situation of the game. You know, it doesn't matter how many times you played on the whacker beforehand. If you still play that one off Mitchell Starc, let's say Harry Brook first, you know, that's not going to change.
You mean it's more the approach?
Yes, it's more. I think that's what Ben.
The way they're going to play.
Absolutely, I think it's more the approach than necessarily the balls thrown at you and everything.
Oh yeah, exactly. And one of the interesting things that Ben Stokes did think, someone said, "What's your problem?" He said, "Well, we've got 4 pillars of baseball, and one of them is applying pressure. I think we're doing that all right. Absorbing pressure, that's the one we're really struggling with. We don't absorb it when it's thrown back in our face." Yeah. So,
and the other thing he said as well is that when we're ahead, we're pretty good.
Yep.
You know, when we're behind, we're pretty good. It's with those even points, you know,
tension.
That we're not very good at. Now, I think where they've got it wrong is that sometimes on those even points, they then go to put the hammer down, and then it just brings the oppo back in. Sometimes knuckle down and grind them and get there slower, you know. Just because being positive isn't always.
Yeah, but the baseball wave since 22 has been that, you know, to run towards the danger. If a bowler's bowling a good length and it's seaming around, they're pretty much told that you go towards it and you try and put that bowler off that length. I would say that's a high risk option.
Of course it is.
You know, a better kind of low risk option would be to say, okay, technically you've got to be good. got to try and survive those balls. You try and get that bowler out the attack, not by being negative. He bowls a bad ball, you climb into it. But we play such it's like poker. And I think this England side now, particularly against the best sides, it's terrible because I think Australia know that whatever hand England get, they go all in.
Absolutely.
All in. And you can't have a great hand every day. No. It's impossible.
And it all started because he needed to unlock minds, didn't we?
Correct.
If he had said to them, knuckle down and get through this 45-minute period while the ball is seaming, they couldn't cope.
No.
Is that right?
Yeah, 17 games, one win under Joe.
It was after COVID, and they needed a bit of freedom to go out there and enjoy the cricket.
So
and it was great at the start.
To me, it looks like now it's turned into, not quick runs that they're looking for. They're going for easy runs. To hit out at danger is the easy way.
Yeah.
And if you get through, good luck to you. But and you'll get quick runs. But it's really risky.
I felt that today completely showed up baseball. It really did. Just old-fashioned Test cricket.
There you go.
And got a bit of news for you. It worked.
Yeah.
It just simple, letting decent balls go, sweating on them, tiring out the attack. And the big regret for England is simply this. This Australian team was beatable. You know what I mean? Like, you think of some of the monsters you've played over
my
the
life.
years. Let's be frank about it. I mean, a great effort by Mike Neser, but he may never play another Test because, Cummins is coming back, Lyon's coming back in. So this was their moment, and there must be deep regret from that.
No, absolutely. Well, Neser just showed it again. We're all having a go at the batters and everything. But then Neser just showed it with the ball. We bowled 10 or 15 overs, and if we don't get anything, well, okay, everyone out, and let's just bomb them. You know what I mean? And hopefully they slog it up in the air. Neser just uses his skill, his experience, top of off stump, and gets your rewards. But
don't you think it's ironic that England have been outskilled?
Yeah.
Go on, Phil.
I just want to say one other thing as well. You were talking about that about Ben Stokes. He started the Bazball. Because he said, right, I'm your leader. Do you remember when he just came in and just went running down the track, and everyone then followed him? I think that knock today might be a little change of tack.
Reverse message.
Yeah, and then you follow me now.
And it's not just a reaction to what's happened here. It's been a reaction to India away, the summer against India where they didn't chase down that 30 on the last morning, 5 wickets in the tank. Obviously, Chris Stokes wasn't going to bat because of his shoulder. He had to walk out there. But, the method of risk has not got them success. They haven't won a 5-match series since 2017. And I was saying that Michael Neser, you've got to say, he's an English-style seam bowler. Pitch up, 130 kilometres an hour. And I was saying, and for quite a while, that because I come down here every summer, the last 3 summers, the pitches have changed, the Kookaburra ball's changed, and that pitch up Chris Stokes, Jimmy Anderson, Stuart Broad style seamer is actually required now. And England have gone for all-out pace, all-out attack, whack the pitch-style bowlers. And I'm looking going, Neser, Doggett, Boland, they're all 131, 132 kilometres an hour, and they're having success against our batters because they're challenging that forward press.
They're the 2 main wickets it's going to work in. They're done now, Perth and Brisbane. Adelaide will be a bang back of a length type still again.
So England's attack could come into the equation.
But they've got to hold control. Like Neser and Boland today. Doggett was doing a specific role, which is it's foreign to him, but he did okay. They've got to hold control, like a 5th stump or 4th stump, 5th stump probably, on a driving on the up length.
That's a terrific point. I mean, like, when you had Anderson and Broad, of all the things you forget about, great professionals. Get themselves ready for the contest. Stuart Broad played 3 games for Notts before for a Test. Like, you never had to worry, is he underdone, is he overdone? He's ready, and I thought it just looked ropey, this attack, and I know it's got, but even Atkinson hasn't played that much first-class cricket over the years for a 27-year-old. So, but that's the thing. Someone mentioned it today, and it's a great point, Michael. Did they bring the right attack? As you say, like Lisa chugging in, and beautiful keeping by Carey. It's as good as we've seen.
We'll get on to that. I mean, even back in 2010-11, you look at England's attack, Tim Bresden, Chris Tremlett, Stephen Finn, Stuart Broad played 2, Graham Swan, and Jimmy Anderson. You're kind of going, that wasn't huge pace.
No.
That was consistent line and length, challenging the forward press.
Yeah.
Even back in 10-11 when the pitches were probably better than they are now and the Kookaburra ball didn't do as much as it does now. I guess Matthew Potts
Yeah.
Matthew Potts comes into the equation. He's an English style seamer.
Tongue, perhaps, I don't know. The other thing about the seam bowlers, I mean, I know we're all having a go at the batters and everything, but you look at Gus Atkinson. He bowls his ball, walks back. You know what I mean? You look at Jofra, sort of sometimes can be a little bit.
You're going body language here, aren't you?
Yeah, and also a little bit of leadership. You know, Broad and Anderson had that leadership. They didn't have to keep going at Stokes. You know, it's almost like, oh, Daddy, what do we do now? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and sometimes as a captain, you need a leader of your pack. And who's the leader of that bowling?
Well, it's Ben. Ben leads in the field with the ball, and today's led with the bat.
Yeah.
And now he's going to have to lead with the mentality within that dressing room. So you're asking a lot of a human being to try and get them all back on track.
Yeah.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Can we talk keeping with Heels here?
Well,
I mean, we've because it's been contrasting, haven't we? We've had one keeper from Australia, Alex Carey, who's had as good a week behind the studs, stood up to seams that I've seen in my time. And then we've had Jamie Smith for England, whose first ever pink ball game was this week. And he looked a little bit lost. Should we start with Jamie Smith? Phil, guys, I don't know if you've watched Stick to Cricket, but Phil's our resident expert on everything.
Yeah.
He usually does batting demos, but today he's going to do the keep. So Jamie Smith,
Right.
Phil, what did you notice with Jamie Smith and his keeping?
Well, what I noticed was, you know, you can't stand like that.
Can you get? I'm not even letting you carry on. Heels, can you get in? Can you give us a little bit of a demo of what you've noticed with Jamie Smith and his keeping?
Now, I quite like the way Jamie catches the ball. I like the way that he contacts the ball out here and it goes into his gloves very cleanly. I just feel he's not such a presence as he could be. As you know, he needs to be a bit more energetic in his activity here.
The engine,
and then getting to the other end, run between overs, and you might run down to Jofra, who's going down to fine leg. Well done, mate.
What was he doing this week?
He's very heavy on his legs and walking.
Yeah.
Right between overs, and he's getting to his position at the same time as the bowler's ready. That bowler needs to turn around with the ball in his hand and see the cordon all set and ready to go.
Yeah.
And so I noticed that in the second innings he jogged more. So and the slips were jogging, and just much better presence out there. When you bring someone who's not a county keeper into the England setup, there's a whole lot of belief issues, right? He won't really, but he probably can't believe he's out there, you know, and especially around the country. And he did really well at the start. I think his keeping was okay, and his batting was averaging over 60. So now the batting's coming down. He's never really believed or known what to do with the gloves. So, and now he's copping batting pressure, and the fans can come down hard on you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm found. I don't really know how he is up the stumps because there's so little spin bowl, but he gloves the ball fine.
Yeah.
But he smacks of someone who didn't train enough.
Yeah.
He didn't get enough work into him.
And also, I mean, that first, you know, every time it came in, didn't it? The whole crowd, and they call it all day long. Now, I've been out there as well. It wears you down a bit. It does wear you down a bit, especially when you got the old gloves on.
No, but I'd just like to see a bit more style.
Yeah.
The throws coming in.
Yeah.
No keepers stand behind the stumps anymore to get a throw in, do they? And just do that and get going.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about the craft before. You know, the wicket keeper's craft is still there, but all the keepers.
Yeah.
Jamie took a lot of throws back there, well back behind the stumps. Yeah. You know, he's standing halfway up to the stumps, asking them to throw here. That just doesn't make sense. If you want them to throw, get it here, and then go.
Yeah.
And get rid of it. You know, the
buzzing.
craft is.
What about on
not
the other?
quite polished
Alex,
enough.
just give us a little bit. Alex Carey stood up to those seam bowlers this week. It was a masterclass.
Yeah. So, Tuffers, you come and stand in front of me here.
Come on. Come on, my batsman.
Get
Teddy.
Teddy.
Yeah.
Or would that ball bounce better?
Do you want me to throw it?
Yeah.
Oh, now careful. I haven't got my helmet on.
Yeah,
There's This could be as long as I've ever stood behind you.
Very good. Line of the night.
So now this ball that Vaughan is going to throw is coming at 130 k's.
Yeah, sharp.
I'm putting myself here. I've got to get outside the line of view.
Yeah.
Because you're a big obstacle in front of me, and I've got to forget that you're there. Right. Now it's going to happen fast. There's some cracks all along the pitch here. Some are staying low, as we've seen. Some can rear up, and Carey was so good at just responding to what happened. Quite often, with those cracks, you can. You can sort of go, see, and really don't pitch it up there, pitch it about there. But you've just got to, as a keeper, you've got to watch the ball only. I didn't even see what he did.
Yeah.
And then it's yours after that, right? And don't go guessing, you know. So if you put some down leg, for example, put one down there.
Right,
So quite often, with a really hard fast ball going down leg, you can start to guess it's going, and you go too far, and you're all over the shop. Carey never once got it wrong, and never once fumbled a bad one or missed.
Oh, Phil,
Then every now and then there was, down he goes.
Well, Ben Stokes got it in the knackers, didn't he?
Oh, he always
I'm just
does.
trying to recreate what happened in the middle. Oh, sorry, Phil.
So
No,
yeah,
brilliant,
so
brilliant.
It was
That's magnificent.
fantastic of Alex Carey to forget the bat,
Yeah.
watch the ball, stay with it, and don't project what's going to happen. Watch what does happen, and otherwise, you know, his fingers are at risk.
Yeah.
There's keepers all around the country. That's how I got my job for Queensland. Our keeper got his finger broken doing that to Ian Botham in Perth.
Is that right?
Hills, random question. Is there such a thing as the psychology of keeping when you've got, because it's such a selective role, does it intimidate a keeper B, Jamie Smith, if the other guy's on fire and getting massive raps and people say, wow, this is generational stuff? Did it ever affect you, or does it affect the other keeper when you think, geez, he's going all right, isn't he? Like, is that part of the psychological war?
Yeah, it's
Has it ever
not
happened
a
to you?
war.
Or
It's
has
a
it ever
niggle.
happened to
It's
you?
a niggle in the back of your head that you go, yeah, I've got a lift, or I'm gone here, or my confidence is low. This bloke's making it look really easy. Like Kalu with Aruna was one of them. He struggled with the gloves a bit for Sri Lanka, but then he'd go and clean up 140 against Warney. Yeah. And I think, oh, geez, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
So you have got an eye on the opposition keeper for sure.
And then also, your keeper as a bowler is crucial, isn't it? You know, is your messaging, is your come on mate, get that up a bit more, get your chin down the wicket, they used to say to me.
You used to love that, didn't you?
Yeah, but you know, that's a bad line, and if you haven't got any of the bowlers particularly doing that, and your keeper's then not doing that, you know, he's your engine.
The batsmen feel it.
Yeah.
The opposition feel it.
Because he's a quiet lad as well, isn't he? He's just got to get, perhaps, as you say.
He's got to get his confidence through hard work.
Yeah.
So drilling his sideways movement. I think he's quite good the way he moves. He could just lift a little bit. He could be a little bit stronger. He's got massive thighs, so he should get some sideways power going, and really look stylish.
Yeah,
You know, I just think
enjoy it.
he's unaware of the craft because he wasn't a county keeper even. So
How hard is it to get that, that positive body language and bounce and energy between the sticks? If it doesn't come, I go to Matthew Price, been here this week.
Yeah.
And he was as good as I've seen for England, just running around, buzzing around, giving a few flicks to the bowlers who bowled well, or the fielders who's just taken a flying catch or a flying stop, just tapping on the backside. How easy is that to suddenly start doing if you're not naturally good at that?
I don't know, but he'll have to find a form of it, so you'll have to, if you care for your team and you care for your role as a wicket keeper, you're going to give that bowler some advice. I'm going to help him. And, great over. Why don't we try bowling a bit slower? Why don't we try bowling a bit faster? Or, hatch a plan together.
Yep.
And the plan mightn't work, but you feel like you're focused. So it just has to happen. Whether it's boisterous and talkative and all that sort of stuff, that mightn't be able to be done.
Yeah.
And you then need people doing that around him. So your first slipper is doing that.
Jack Russell in that side against the Gloucester side that won everything.
Oh, yeah.
He stood up and he was in there. He said he didn't used to brush his teeth for like a week. And so he'd be sitting going,
I reckon he'd do that.
You like Jack, didn't you?
I love Jack.
yeah. Lunatic.
So yeah, someone's got to do it. You've got to have when you're batting, you need to hear a present. Well, you don't need to. If you hear silence behind you,
No,
you're
it's
halfway
nice as a
through
batter
it.
when you hear nothing from behind. You're like, well,
That's
this
right.
is quite nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because some on the toughest of days, you've got to find some fun out there. And if no one's saying anything, it's not fun.
You're the leader of the band, aren't you?
Probably.
Yeah.
But and if it's not going to be you because you're unnatural at doing it, then you better have a good energy level and be running and leading the play, like having high intensity, and let someone else do the talking and have the right people around that time.
Crash, you've covered so many Ashes trips for England teams here. Have we seen this movie before?
Yeah. Do you know what? I've got one ambition in my cricket covering career. I want to see a close Ashes series in Australia, and in 40 years I haven't seen one. England have slam dunked Australia twice, and the rest have gone the other way. I want a Sydney-decider where it's day 4 and we're all going, oh, this is exciting, isn't it? And it's just so frustrating. Like, I get it, Australia deserved their 2 wins, but I want to see, this. Why isn't that? It is in England. Ashes series there are good, but over here, when a team goes down, they go out. And it's funny sometimes, Michael, you get a little insight into the series. Like we had our window open in the press box. Jofra Archer was down in the boundary. And I heard the niggling at him for over after over. And hey, none of it out of order. Although I understand a guy might have been thrown out. But it didn't seem to be totally out of order. But just grinding, sledging. And I remember you telling me the story once when you're in West Australia and there was some school kids there and they had a snigger at you. Oh, you with the England cricket team, mate? And you said it just, there was something inside you. You just, you hated it, didn't you? And it's just, I just thought that's grinding Joffa down.
Well, I think this is the worst of the venues.
Is it really?
Here at the Gabba, yeah, because
Abattoir.
Yeah, but because it's close.
Close,
The fans are close, and you generally can hear everything here.
Yeah.
The Adelaide Oval next week seems to be, it's more of a traditional cricket audience, apart from out the back where it all kicks off. So you don't seem to get as much stick in Adelaide. Perth, I thought it was quite nice for the team.
Was it?
I don't think it was that hostile. There was a huge amount of England support, but here has always been tough.
Shipping away,
England players here have always had a rough time of it.
That's really interesting because, and it was interesting. And the motivation is when Stokes was going well today, they were quiet. The crowd. He put them to sleep. They were just didn't have many answers. So, it's there.
Let's move on to Mitchell Starc.
Oh.
2 tests. Wow, incredible performance. Gone past Wasim. He's right up there now, isn't he?
Well, I did ring the great Wasim last week, and I said, what's your reaction to this bloke? And he said, the things I really like about him is, what about he comes back at the end of the day, he's still bowler 145. He said, I love it, he's hard, isn't he? And he said, I love the fact that, at the start of his career, he went into the team, out of the team, into the team, dropped. He was not that good. But I still think the best thing that happened to him was when Warney actually called him soft at this ground. And he wasn't soft, but he said he's got soft body language. Yeah. Since then, he's become a machine. And of course, Hills, you're not quite related to him, but your niece, Elisa, is obviously Mitch, married to Mitch. And
My nephew-in-law.
Nephew-in-law, right. But you'd have a good insight into who this bloke is. But have you still got, Shiel Berry was terrific the other day. He just did his top 10 left-handers, left-arm fast bowlers. I think it went Wasim Akram, no dispute there. Number 2, Mitchell Johnson, and number 3, Mitchell Starc. Yeah. And he put Mitchell Johnson in on the basis that volcanic Ashes series he has was the best bowling we've probably ever seen. Certainly in Australia. But Hills, Mitchell Starc, who is he?
He's very strongly community-minded. Even as a kid, 13, 14-year-olds, he's winning and being presented awards for service in the community.
Really?
So really nice type kid. And then, because he and Elisa played in the same team up until about under 14s, and they finally, I think Mitch's dad said, right, here's a bucket of balls. You go over and bowl in that net over there because you're no longer a wicket-keeper. They're both wicket-keepers, right?
What, Mitchell?
Yeah, and you'll see him
Big
catching
king,
gully.
he's a
You
big
watch him.
keeper. He took a great catch.
What's he do? He's keepers.
Yeah,
catcher.
when he catches in the gully. See, he's a potential to field in the gully, like Cameron Green and Joel Garner, for example, and he'll catch like that, like a keeper. You wait till you see that next time. But he was a keeper till about 14. You take that bucket of balls over and start bowling. And that's how that happened. I tried to facilitate a meeting between he and Warney. And
Did you?
Yeah. And at a Boxing Day test that year. And I said, well, mate, would you just want to catch up with him or whatever? You don't need him whinging about you. He said, I couldn't give a shit.
Really?
He did not care one bit, and about what Warney had said or whatever. His effort and his durability is unquestioned. And as Wazzy said, it's not dropping off.
No.
The real bad ball's gone.
Yeah.
He's getting better.
He's very strong.
He's got that
strong
little
physically
wobble now.
at the moment.
Yeah.
He's added that wobble.
Yeah.
And his pace is staying up.
Yeah. Another thing quickly as well, what really impressed me about him is that he's not with his mates. No come-ins,
Yeah.
And he's all of a
He's
sudden
not
just gone, right.
Did you win anything?
I'm your man. That's something.
Yeah.
Did you win anything for anything in the community? Just to have interest.
Public nuisance.
I've got
Got a certificate for that a couple of times.
I've got a few ASBOs. No, that was community minded, of course it was. That's where the cricket club, that's what cricket is all about, is the community.
I totally
And
agree.
just to clarify, Hill's greatest fast bowler of all time, he said the other day, Wasim ahead of Malcolm Marshall, didn't you?
Yeah, the other two that I found and our whole team sort of found the best.
Yeah.
Couple
of belts.
Starkey would make my Australian best 11 now.
Yep.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Right, on to Adelaide. Changes. Should we start with England?
Right, okay.
What
what
we did-
have we got?
Well, I think there's a problem at number 3. I think Ollie Pope now is...
Jack's at number 3?
Well, there's options.
Yeah.
Ollie Pope's run his race. He's never got 50 against Australia. You can't just keep throwing him out at number 3. He's run his race. Yeah. They've got options. You can bring in Jacob Bethel, who's just got 70 odd in the A team against the Lions against the Australia side. He's never got a first class 100. So do you want to throw him in against Starc and Co?
Does he have to be 3?
This is where I'm going to go to.
Oh.
I have said for a while, I think Ben Stokes should bat at number 3.
Oh, really?
I think he's a great technician. He's got that fight. And when I heard him say tonight, I don't want any weak men within my team, go and bat 3. Go and be the leader at 3. He plays pace great. Nathan Lyon will be in the team. He's had a problem against Nathan Lyon. If he comes in at 6, probably going to face Nathan straight away. And then you could play Will Jacks at 6.
Yeah.
They surely have to bring in Shoaib Bashir. They've built Shoaib for 3 years to play in Australia. Probably was never going to play in Perth. Wasn't going to play here. Surely he plays at the Adelaide Oval.
Got to.
And I think Will Jacks did enough here to suggest that he can bat.
Yeah, I liked it.
And then the bowl, Josh Tongan, probably Matthew Potts replaces, 2 of the seamers here.
Yeah. No, it's not a bad
That's a lot. That's a lot for pressure.
Yeah.
What, too much of a mix-up?
Yeah, because you've got brand
Don't
new,
you think it needs a
brand
mix-up?
new, underdone in again.
But they're all
Against saying to Cass, you've got to get it right. Yeah, his pace was all right, and he just couldn't hold a control because he hadn't practiced. So they've got to get their job done. That's why they're highly paid players here on Ashes. They've got to get better.
So you think the first 2 tests, the bowlers that have bowled and not really had a great deal of success, they're game ready now because they've had 2 games, so you might as well carry on.
They're more ready. They're more ready to be better than a brand new, fresh one that's never played an Ashes test before. Is probably what I'm thinking. That's their responsibility. You've got to get this job done. Otherwise, we might never go back to you.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with Tungy though. I think Tungy's just got a little.
Well, he played in the pink ball 2-day game in Canberra, so he's had a bit of action. He played in the game at Lilac Hill.
I kind of agree.
Got 5 wickets against Australia in 23 at the Lord's game. Well, they've got to. I actually think the first 2 games, England have got selection right. I think they got it right in Perth. They got it right here. They've just not played well enough.
No.
So I trust that they'll get selection right. They've just got to play a better style of cricket.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you think Australia,
Thousand.
it made me chuckle. I mean, Josh Hazelwood's not going to be fit, but they're going to raise their attack with 870 Test wickets. Here we go, England. We're going to bring in Cummins and Lyon. There's our 870, and potentially we'll raise that with. Oh, we've got no one with any wickets. We've got no wickets, but Australia are going to get better potentially.
Yeah.
And the other one is that the interesting one, if Khawaja proves his fitness heals, this is interesting. Look, he's not going to replace Weatherald. He won't replace Head.
Well.
But will he replace Inglis? Would you bring him back at age 38 to bat down the list instead of Josh Inglis? Like it was discussion in the press box today about it, and there was a little bit of support for it. I'm not sure it'll happen, Hills. I think it'll be hard for Usman Khawaja to get back in this team. 2 wins, English, nice run out, 20 odd. I know it's not much.
He's great in the field.
Yeah, he is.
Live wire. Live wire.
Anticipating everything.
Sure, these days.
And really, that number 6 spot should have been a McSweeney type.
Yeah.
Our next gun batsman. That's how Australia traditionally have brought in their batsmen, Ricky Ponting, Steve Waugh. They come in at 6 and find their level eventually, moving up the order. So it's a pity that Sweens wasn't quite ready to be that, and Josh has done nothing wrong any time he's been asked to play for Australia for the last 5 years. He's been incredibly versatile. So no, I don't think Uzi's going to depose him, and he just has to wait for an injury or hang in there.
I think that English looks like the English. Well, he is English.
Yeah.
He's from Yorkshire. Yeah.
Supports Coventry.
City.
He supports
Top of
Coventry
the league.
City.
Top of the league. Frankie Lampard.
Yeah, he just looks a live wire, and they say coming in that lower order, he can go, can't he?
Yeah.
There you go. Scary at 6.
Yeah, I was just thinking back to the England team. If Stokes backs at number 3,
That's what.
you could actually, what you just said about a young player batting at 6, if England want to bring a young player in Jacob Bethel,
Yeah, don't stick him at
bat
3.
him at 6.
Yeah, there you go.
Give him a chance at 6, and then you go, you keeper at 7, and then Will Jackson stay at 8 if you're not going to play Shoaib Bashir.
Yeah.
Who's at 5? Who's 5?
Harry Brook. Just on Harry
Can't
Brook.
go up to 3, no.
So
I just worry you're putting too much on Stokes.
Just on Harry Brook, you've both seen a lot of flamboyant players. I think Harry Brook's got a little bit of genius in him, but he needs to just have a bit of a...
Who's talking to him, Mike?
I don't know, but what do you make of the way that Harry Brook plays?
I love it. I mean, they've got to value shot selection a bit more than they do, and really buckle down in periods. Like your observation is trying to hit the best bowler for 4 because he's bowled you something wide of off. That just doesn't automatically happen. You've got to move your feet, you've got to get your bat up, you've got to see it early, and you've got to move your foot to it, and you'll get it. But Harry Brook loves pressure, from what I've seen. Here's some of his best innings for you guys when you're 3 for nothing. So yeah, he's a star.
I find him very interesting because in Australia, in all forms of cricket, he was averaging about 7 before he came here, and then he's been so-so in these tests. And when I read that, this will sound weird, but when I read that line about him that he hates team meetings, like just ban team meetings, they're rubbish, no, let's get on with it. I thought he seems to me like the sort of guy you'd bait wide of the off stump and he'd go, there she goes, you know what I mean? Like, I've had enough of this, you know what I mean? And I still hold that opinion because out there he tends to have a go. He's the sort of player who I cherish for world cricket. To have a guy like that, as cavalier as he does, lifting it, the whole crowd seems to lift with him. I'm sort of half cheering for him. I hope he goes well.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to outsmart him this series. I really do. And it'll be the most obvious thimble of pea trick you've ever seen. Just out there, Harry, 4 in a row, and he just won't be able to help himself. It's hard driving on the up here. The stats are terrible.
That team meeting.
Are you team
idea
meeting guys?
is weird. He's just taking his feeling about team meeting as the one-day captain, and just saying that suits everyone. There's so many players that need a team meeting.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's fun. You're together, you're talking
Absolutely.
cricket, and just to disband them and the informality of the way Baz gets around his team meetings too is another thing that you might find 8 players in that squad of 16 you've got there don't really know where they stand. and you know that they don't know the squad well enough. It's a great
I've always
camaraderie
been
moment.
taught that you prepare for your weakest link.
Oh, yeah.
So having the weakest link, and you don't tell that weakest link who is the weakest link, but you kind of work out your training and your program on what that person needs, and whatever that person needs, the team have to buy into it. Because if you don't give that weakest link the best platform to perform, and that might be a meeting, it doesn't have to be long, it might be a meeting, it might be more information, it might be a little bit more practice, it might be more game time. I don't think your team can grow unless you look after that weakest link.
I remember that
Especially
Simon
when he's an
Jones-
important player like Jamie Smith.
And they're all, hey,
Someone hits him 100 balls a day. That job done. And
Wasn't
50
it a
stumping.
Great story. Was it Simon Jones came to you once and he said, I can't play at this ground, I just, you know. Is that right?
it's true.
And
And he had it was Trent Bridge 05, yeah. And he said he struggled at Trent Bridge, and I actually got my laptop out and he just got 6 for Old Trafford. And I thought, I better just check this. He'd never even played there.
really? Now, what an interesting story.
Played there.
Yeah. So what? How could he make that mistake?
I honestly don't know.
Have you ever? Did you talk about
Did
with
his
him,
eyes
mate?
open up?
By the way,
I'll have a go then.
he got 6 for.
Did he?
He got 6 for in the first innings, whipped him round corner.
That's one of the most.
What, at Trent Bridge?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there you
And then he
go.
got injured. He never played for England again.
Well,
great
that
guy.
works.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Right, we finished with some community questions.
Right, yes.
I'm going to start with this one. Jofra Archer's spell, bowling 150 kilometres an hour, with 65 required. What did you make of it?
See-through. You could just see that he knew the end was very close, and I'll have a go here. So yeah, not very. I wouldn't say that would be conducive to lifting the spirits of the squad.
Phil?
Wouldn't have mind seeing it when in the first innings.
I agree. I want to see that. Adelaide on the 17th of December.
All day.
England he's not going to bowl like that all
Well,
day,
no,
but I'll
no,
tell you what I
no,
want,
no.
the first spell in Adelaide, because I've seen it now.
Yeah.
He can bowl 150 kilometres an hour. So in Adelaide, the first morning, England are in the field. He's bowling to Weatherald and whoever's opening the bound. I guess it might be Travis Head. I want to see at least 145 kilometres an hour.
It said to me, yeah, I agree. He's pacing himself for the rest of it. Like that he. That's why I love the 5 quicks in the first test, because they
Yeah.
just give him little bite size and said, go hard, you know.
Yep.
But the endurance factor, yeah, it's where Starc stands
Yeah.
up here, and the rest of them sort of there.
Pink ball test matches, yes or no?
Yes.
I don't love them as a journalist, getting home after midnight when old Daddles is ready for a, cup of tea and a lie down. But I've got to say, for the fans, Mike, the ratings have been terrific on television.
Oh, well, there you go.
And they have spoken. The television stations love them. So in other words, our view is quite immaterial, because what the stations want, they will get, and they will get more of them. I don't love them, but they're mates of mine have been watching it at home saying, you know what, mate, they've been good. It's been good to watch.
It's the players. I understand the players. They're not loving them as well.
I don't know what. Is it dinner, lunch, supper?
Oh, it confuses me, Phil. It confuses me, Phil. Confuses me. Right, last one before we go. Thanks for joining us on Stick to Cricket, guys. 2-0 down England. End result.
Well,
I said 2-all. I'm still on for it.
My prediction still holds 3-2 England.
Yes.
I'm still in it.
I'll say 4-0. But don't. New South Wales, Sydney is doing a bit this year in Shield, so that could bring both teams back together, and possible draw in Adelaide. But 4-0, I'll say.
I've got a full one, and I've got a Harry Brook explosion in Melbourne. I just reckon he'll just tear the lights out there. And in a way, I hope he does. I want to see that kid. When he goes off, I'm going to go down and stand near the boundary and just see what it feels like to be, because I think he's just a bit special. So I was very interested too, because I know as a Yorkshireman you probably would have seen him since he was this high, would you?
Yeah, and he didn't used to play like this. He used to be a
really?
bit of a Yorkie play,
did he?
nice and technical, and then he got a Pakistan Super League deal, and suddenly went over there and boshed it everywhere and came back. He's never looked back. I totally agree. He'll light up one arena.
Yep.
And he'll have to probably light up 3 if my 2-all suggestion stays in place. I'll be totally honest. I haven't seen enough in 2 games to suggest that the movie that I mentioned earlier might happen again. And if England don't improve, and I think Adelaide's the ground that they could get a score because the bounce, and I think they've got a great chance there. But if they lose in Adelaide, Glenn McGrath, I'm afraid, he might be right.
Oh no. You know, there's pressure.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Great,
boys.
thank you.
Lovely.
Thanks so much, Grant.